I'm delighted to introduce today's commencement speaker. He is Mr. Santo Politi, who joins us as a special guest of NJIT. Before I invite Mr. Politi to share his observations with us, allow me to provide some biographical details about his remarkable journey. Mr. Politi is a distinguished graduate of NJIT. He's holding a master's degree in electrical engineering. Throughout his career, he has epitomized innovation and success, holding notable positions at Panasonic, Bankers Trust, and Blockbuster, before transitioning into the realm of venture capital. As the founder and managing partner at Spark Capital, a leading early-stage and growth venture capital firm. Investing in various sectors, Mr. Politi brings a wealth of experience and insight to inspire us all who are gathered here and the next generation of leaders. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to today's speaker, Mr. Politi.
Thank you, Dr. Kemp, for that warm introduction. Good morning. My name again is Santo Politi. It's an honor to be here and talking to you on this, your special day of graduation. I want to thank Dr. Lim, Dr. Pelesco, esteemed deans and faculty for giving me this opportunity to share my experiences with you here at NJIT. I was here in your shoes many years ago for my master's as well. Unfortunately, I did not attend my own graduation, so this day is extra special for me. I feel like I'm finally graduating with all of you from NJIT after all these years. This is the first time I've put these things on. So I'm the founder and managing partner of Spark Capital. Spark is a technology-focused venture capital fund that invests in early stage and venture growth companies. We have offices in San Francisco, New York, and Boston, and we currently manage over $10 billion. I started Spark in 2005, almost 20 years ago. And over the years, we've invested in close to 400 technology companies, some of which I hope you might recognize. Twitter, currently known as X, Coinbase, the crypto exchange, Anthropic, which is like OpenAI's main competitor, Oculus, the virtual reality platform, if you've ever used the Oculus goggle, Handshake, you might have used it to look for jobs after college maybe, Discord, if you're into gaming, Slack, Affirm, and many others. I was asked it this morning, I have a Spanish first name and a Greek last name, and I was born and raised in Turkey. I went to college in a place called Boğaziçi University in Istanbul. This was in 1987. After graduation, I really wanted to come to the US, and I wanted to be close to New York City. So in my old college, I found an old GRE book with all the master programs of local colleges. So I got a bunch of acceptance letters. Unfortunately, I received no scholarships. So I landed at the only place I could barely afford, NJIT, with $2,500 in traveler checks for half the tuition and $800 of spending money and an open return ticket home just in case things didn't work out. So on my way over, I encountered a friend of mine in the airplane. He was going to Baruch College in New York. I didn't have a place to stay, so he offered a couch in his apartment temporarily in Brooklyn. So, and in another fortunate coincidence, like his roommate knew Dr. Akansu, who I don't think is here today, who had just graduated from Brooklyn Poly, and he was joining NJIT as a professor in electrical engineering. So I remember meeting Professor Akansu and him driving me from Brooklyn to New York the first day of school. Yeah, it's etched in my memory, like driving through BQE on our way to Manhattan to cross the tunnel to New Jersey and seeing downtown Manhattan and the Twin Towers for the first time. It was a sight to be seen. And my first few months here in the US were a blur. It took many hours, many months to recover from our jet lag. My friend at Baruch College and I, we basically lived at night. We binged on ice cream, Doritos, and watched a lot of TV. Fortunately, at that time, most graduate classes were at night, so I could usually go to school early enough to talk to all the professors, to see if I can latch on to a laboratory or get a position to a TA so I can stay in the US. Eventually it happened. I joined the lab a couple months in as a research assistant, and my time here and my tuition was safe, so I could safely stay here. So I met two new roommates, PhD students, Elie and Christine from Lebanon. We rented a lovely cockroach-infested apartment in Kearney, New Jersey. And my salary as a research assistant was about $400 a month. Like half of it went to rent. So I had multiple credit cards to supplement my spending habits and a pretty bad credit score to go with it. I had 5 or 6 different credit cards at the time, all maxed out. In my time here at NJIT, I worked as a Sunday school teacher. I played cards for money. I tutored undergraduates and even spent some nights subbing for a friend at a gas station. I don't recommend that at all. So, this is many, many years ago. Newark was not the best of places for school then, but the lab was fun, the school was fun, and it was not all what it seemed. It was charming. The school was charming under the rough surface of Newark. There were many people from all over the world, just like me, international students, sons and daughters of immigrants. So I started learning a few words in Gujarati, the history of the Sikh culture, words I'm not allowed to repeat in Chinese, and I practiced my broken Spanish. I became fast friends with Junhui Chen from Taiwan, Kandap, the Unix system administrator. I met night students from local tech businesses from AT&T Bell Atlantic working towards their masters here. They invited us to their homes. Everyone was kind, invariably talented, and knowledgeable. I eventually started spending more time at the lab during the week than on weekends, than on major holidays, and I spent many sleepless nights in school. I very much learned how to work hard and do proper research. It all had to end at some point. I had to help my family, so I got a job. So Murat, a fellow Turk and an NJIT grad, he hired me before I graduated and made sure that I turned my thesis on time. My colleague Mauro Del Pan, Italian NJIT grad, he drove me to work every day until I saved enough to buy a car. My friend Behzad, Iranian NJIT grad, referred me to his friend in Panasonic for my next job. Yeah, in some funny way, this was the best first place I could have come in this country. Since I got this invitation to talk to you all, I've been reflecting on my experiences here. So knowing what I know now, I'm pretty sure I would not be here talking to you if NJIT was not my first stop in the US. I encounter NJIT graduates in many of our companies, engineers, CTOs, executives, board members. We are all over the place. We don't have a special handshake, but we recognize each other. We work extremely hard. We appreciate where we are and what we do. We are the scholarship kids, the ambitious ones. We recognize the hustle, the energy, the practicality. I remember NJIT as a safe place where I really learned what makes this country really great. You know, it's the tapestry of all the cultures. It's befriending other misfits who helped all each other and me, like with a loan, with a car ride, a job, the next job. You know, I would not be here without the kind professors, my fellow students, and every other NJIT person I encountered along the way. This is really the place I learned how to push myself to success. Yeah, NJIT is very different now, but I know that the spirit is still the same. Yeah, I got a great education here, personally and academically. In 1987, when I came here, this was the new NJIT. It was formerly known as the Newark College of Engineering, a respected engineering school ambitiously growing into a large state university. The school was cutting edge then, but it pales in comparison to what it is today. I don't recognize the campus, that's obvious, and there were no Division I teams then, but that's not what I'm talking about. You know, statistically, we have the largest number of extremely talented people now than any other time in history. So it's unquestionable that it is all of you who make this space special. You're better prepared than any generation that came before you. The depth and breadth of research going on in all the colleges here is world-class. You have become experts in your chosen fields. You've already made significant contributions, significant scientific contributions. If it feels like technology is moving in an unprecedented pace, it is. And it is because of you. There's always much to worry about, like the state of the planet, dwindling resources, war, famine. At the same time, with the opportunity that is generative AI, it feels like we are all at the cusp of something spectacular. An opportunity to make real change in our lifetime. The problems we face, from climate change to sustainable energy, demand your ingenuity. The world needs your technical brilliance. So I thank you all again for letting me speak to you all today. I sincerely hope that your personal experience here as you graduate with all your family and friends around you has been as pleasant, action-packed, and inspirational as mine. I know that you will take the spirit of the school with you, and I have no doubt that the foundation you've built here will take you far. Congratulations, and thank you again.
Thank you, Mr. Politi, for sharing those inspiring memories with our soon-to-be newest NJIT alumni.